Okay, I've put this meeting on a recording mode so that we can send it back to you.
Sure.
And please tell me what are the queries that I can, answer.
So, sir, basically, I'm interested in a master's program in economics. So that is where I'm looking for the options abroad, and I also plan to work after after some work experience and not immediately after graduation.
But I mean, why is that when work, I mean, without work, we can get through a master's immediately.
So honestly, it's because I think I am in my second year, so I have not more than 1 year, and I think if I apply right after graduation, like I don't think my profile would be strong enough to get me into the good colleges. So I need to work on my profiling a bit. And that is why I want to get some good
Some
experience.
time, actually, you want to buy some time to work on it.
Yes, sir.
So just tell me one thing. You are right now in your second year and you will be moving to your third year in the month of June this year, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So your application period begins in the month of September. So I completely buy your idea because if you're looking to apply to something like a LSC or probably Stanford or some other top-notch universities, then of course getting some work ex and working on your profile matters a lot. But the only challenge is that when you take up a job, it becomes quite difficult to have some time for your community service or writing a research paper, those sort of things. So what I would suggest that definitely go ahead and look for a job. But this year, you are in your final year. There are two or three things that you should initiate. First is appearing for your GRE.
Yes.
Let that get sorted because once you have your GRE score, we know where are we going to land. That is number one. Number two, you can start working on your profile. Like you can start a community kind of a service, or probably you can start writing a research paper. These are the two utmost important things if you're planning to apply to UK or United States for somebody who is looking at economics. Now, what you do inside that, that is totally your choice. For example, you might be looking at empowering women for finance, or you can empower women for sustainable income, or probably you can look at the other areas, like, for example, teaching mathematics to students at underprivileged societies. Okay? So all of that might help. I mean, you might pick up just any problem that is something that is close to your heart. Try to address that. It could be through an organized solution, or it could be a self-led proportionate activity. Either of the two works. In terms of research papers, while you are at college, beginning that will be very advantageous because you are in touch with your professors. They might help you in writing that research paper, or you might also assist them in some of their research work that they are doing, and thereby find your agenda of research. So that is why I suggest that these activities should begin at least now, and side by side, let us prepare for the job market. That day when I was at your college, I was regarding the job opportunity, and it seems to be quite okay. So if you are in the top bracket of students, I don't think placements should be difficult. But one thing, remember that if you get into a job and then if you try to apply to universities, they will always judge the kind of quality of work that you've done. What
Okay.
kind of organization, what kind of people, what kind of job profile, what were your challenges, how did you overcome the challenge, your achievements, what kind of promotions have you got. So all that physics will come into place. Okay. मतलब ना जॉब करके अप्लाई करो तो उसके अपने प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, करके अप्लाई करो तो उसके अपने प्रॉब्लम्स हैं.
Yes.
So obviously you'll have to look at a profile which is not entirely back end. Okay? So it has a front facing where you will be able to face more challenges and you'll be able
Okay.
to grow. If you can show at least one appraisal or one promotion during a period of 1 to 2 years, that matters a lot. And if you can have one person who is your supervisor or manager or reporting head who can vouch for you or who can write a
Okay.
recommendation for you, that will also help. Plus, please look at the kind of width in terms of the job that they are providing to you. That what are the opportunities to explore, what are the opportunities to pick up new challenges, because that is of our priority. You're taking up a job. So please keep these matters in your mind. And in case you require some kind of help in writing your research paper or probably generating your communities, we are always there. Next year, after getting your job, probably in the month of September, 2024, month of September, if you plan to apply, we are definitely here. We will go ahead and plan your universities and probably execute the entire application process and get you to the place that you need. Okay? So that is what we can do in a nutshell. Okay? Any other thing that you have in your mind? Please.
Yeah, sir. So like you said that after I get a job, like I probably won't get much time to focus on other extracurriculars. So like, is there some kind of jobs that are actually preferred for the economics programs? Like for
Not
example,
really.
my interest is in the development sector. So like impact consulting, and like the policy jobs. So is there any sort of advantage to these jobs for an economics program?
If you can get something relevant, makes a lot of sense. But if you cannot, that is not in your control. Okay. So things can be rounded up well when we are writing our essays. That is up to us. Okay. So we can play around smartly. But yes, of course, honestly, if you can get something in the developmental region, nothing like it. Makes a lot more sense. But then always the con side is that if you get into developmental sector and if you are into a very good position or it's in a very challenging role, then the university is in a fix. That if this guy comes here, what is the value add that we are going to do? How will the program value add? So you'll have to match up with the program's value add. So if you're higher than that, you might get rejected. If you're
Oh,
lower than that, okay, you will be definitely accepted because it will be a definite value add. आप इस बात को समझो कि आपने ऑलरेडी ज्यादा सीख लिया है तो वो यूनिवर्सिटी में जाकर आपके पैसों का नुकसान हो किसी और का जिसको जरूरत है उस सीट का उसका भी नुकसान हो why
right.
will they give you that seat, right? So you'll have to be very I would say diplomatic in the way you portray your jobs to the others, the roles and responsibilities, the way you portray it has to be very diplomatic.
Through the essays.
Yeah, through the essays, through your SOPs, through your essays and everything. Where do you come from, Manash?
Uh, I'm from Guwahati, sir.
Yeah, I was guessing that. So Guwahati, is it typically the city Guwahati or suburbs?
Sir, suburbs.
Okay. And what about family?
Sir, so my father is a teacher in a government school, and my mother is a housewife. And I have an elder sister also.
Okay. Father, you said uh, mother is a teacher, right?
No, sir, father is a teacher.
Father is a
Mother
teacher.
is a housewife.
Okay. And what about the elder sibling?
So she's in a medical college.
So, father is a teacher at a school, university, or
Sir, school itself.
just a government school?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I was just trying to find that if we can have some kind of a story from your background. So how did you land up at Shahid Sukhdev? Because in Guwahati, I don't think they have much of awareness about courses in the northern India.
Yes, sir. So, so like you said, there's very less awareness, but I think when I was in my 11th, 12th, so then I started looking for, opportunities that, like how can I get my, how can I get a good quality education job? So I started looking for which are the best colleges in the country. While I was researching, my initial interest was in the economics programs. So that is when I came across the North Campus colleges of Delhi University. So that is where the interest of coming to Delhi University started. But eventually, I think uh, so in my year, so that was a COVID year, so the
Hmm.
exams were not held, and unfortunately, the score that I got that was not sufficient to get me into the economics program. So that is when I also took I took this college as an alternative.
Of
So
course.
that's how I landed at as a CBS.
That's a smart move actually, because the COVID year was really out of bounds. So great. Story adds up. There is a little bit of a struggle. Great. So before coming to college, how was life? Which school did you go to, and what were the struggles?
So honestly, like I mentioned, I'm from the suburbs. So most of my schooling has been done from a local school,
Right.
which was in my village itself. And like after my class 10th, I moved to Guwahati for my 11th, 12th. So before 11th, 12th, there was no such plans of, targeting for the best colleges in the country or coming outside for Delhi. Uh, it's only uh, 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 it's only during my 11th, 12th is when I thought that I should try to get into some good colleges. Uh, so that is when this journey started from, uh, the shift from staying in that zone in Guwahati to, coming outside to Delhi and exploring other opportunities.
It must have been a very difficult challenge for you to come and adjust here in Delhi.
Yes, sir, it was a little challenging. The main thing was that I've had very limited exposure in life, like being from a local school and all. So like that was the only challenge.
Otherwise, you're a very quiet kind of a person, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
You like music?
Sir, very recently I started to I recently started listening to a lot of music. Before that, I did not I did not listen a lot.
A few more things to add into your profile. One, how many mathematics papers have you done in this course that you're doing?
Mathematics, sir, so there are two stats papers till now. One was stats for business decisions, and another is the financial econometrics. And we also have a quantitative techniques, which is basically operations research.
Okay, fine. So we touched upon all the subjects. Right? Just do a favor to yourself. What you can do is just take up some online courses regarding calculus, high-end calculus, which is used for economics and economics. You'll find a lot of such courses. It will really add a lot of value. Make sure that it has a certificate. So even if you have to shell out a little bit of money, I don't bother. But it is extremely important because Indian education at times, when I have to match it to top universities of US or other countries, we fail to do so because of the level of mathematics that has been taught in the course. So I do not want to take any chances. So any course that you apply for, you should be found absolutely acceptable in terms of the courses that you've gone. And in case
Yes,
if in your curriculum it has not been followed and you have taken it out of your own interest, that proves your strong motivation towards the course application. Okay. So that is one thing. Second, if you look at developmental economics and if you look at the course that you are doing, there is a huge gap.
yes, sir.
So probably we will have to erase that gap off. So actually your hands are going to be quite full in the final year. One is definitely the academic pressure, the project pressures, etc., plus the placement pressure, plus all of this. And then there is the extracurricular. So that is how life is going to be for the next 1 year. It's a wise decision to push away the admissions for at least 1.5 years, and then probably look at it. So you'll get ample time to cover up all of these areas, and we can remain in touch, work together. So I can get you in touch with a mentor who can really help you in understanding the gaps between the course that you're applying and the course and subsequent activities that can help you to cover those areas. So that is number one. He's been successful in placing one of my students from a 3 year course to a university in Canada. And
Okay.
from there, my uh, probably my confidence in him has grown because it is very difficult for an Indian student to get into McMaster or say UBC, these kind of universities. But this lad got into both of the universities and he accepted UBC as his primary university. So he's from Delhi University. This is Hansraj, and he was doing his economics there. Now, yet he was doing economics. So the gap was still a little less.
Yes, sir.
You are into BBAFIA, right?
Yes, sir.
So, although from the BBAFIA course, shifting to economics makes a lot of sense because finance is highly related to economics.
Yes,
But
sir.
then your shift is more towards developmental economics. Had it been
Yes, sir.
financial economics, had it been, econometrics, those kind of areas, I would have still been able to make some sense. But from finance deviating to developmental economics is quite a high degree of change.
Yes, sir.
Although now there are courses in climate change and finance also, which is a humongous thing to look at. But okay. So that is one gap. Second is in terms of achievements in the last 2 years, what were your achievements at college?
Sir, I'm afraid there are no achievements in college, unfortunately.
So that might hit us back a little.
Yes, sir.
So any internships that you did?
No, sir. Like I'm currently searching for internships. I'm listing out the companies and sending out mails currently.
University or college is helping.
Yes, sir.
Meanwhile, what you do is look for online internships also. In case you want us to help, we can do that. Officially, if you start working, I can give you some internships which are online, where you can work from home side by side to your parallel internships. You can keep doing that because the more of work ex that you show on your profile, the better it is, both for your
Yes, sir.
placements as well as for your university admissions. So two, three areas we need to work. One is probably more of courses. Second is internships or work opportunities. Third is your research paper. And fourth is your community service. These are the four
Yes.
areas that you need to work on for the next 1 year. And next year, in the month of June, we should plan your universities. By then, you should have given your GRE, and your GRE score should be nothing less than 320.
Okay, sir.
What is your GPA at the moment?
Sir, I have an 8.45.
It makes a lot of sense, right? So I think we can, hop onto the journey now and probably take it further. Any countries that you have on your mind?
Sir, like just uh, like that, yeah. Like I asked you about the GPA thing.
Mm.
Like for the scholarships. So
Sorry.
like from your experience, have you seen any trend like how much is the minimum GPA that is required for getting a good scholarship into those programs?
So 3.2 to 3.4 is
So
is
on a 10
bare
scale,
minimum bare minimum requirement for getting admits.
yes.
Now 3.4 to 3.8 is a good GPA for getting a or cracking a scholarship.
Okay.
Okay. So we will have to definitely convert, and conversion always doesn't add up to the right GPA. So universities in US have started saying, do not convert. Send your score as it is. We will see how to convert it. So if you're at
Okay.
8.45 out of 10, this is already a high achievement. I mean, obviously, if you can increase it a little more,
So,
I mean, your chances get better. My only problem is that US universities for awarding their scholarships will always look at what kind of stuff have you done consistently, which is impactful towards the community.
okay.
Okay. That is a major remark. So is LSE. LSE is very, very, I would say, vociferous about people who have come with a strong background in community service.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So, even if you go back to Guwahati, or even if you from here want to do something for Guwahati or for the suburban areas, that would be extremely delightful. And it will
Okay, sir.
really impact people's life, right? So there's this guy, Ranjan Badua, if you've heard of him. So pretty famous counselor. So he's doing a lot of jobs. I mean, a lot of work in Northeast. He's from Guwahati itself. and he travels all over, expansive all over Northeast, goes to all those small villages and talks to youngsters like you, school students, college students, professionals, and makes them aware about the latest things that is happening around the world and how to prepare for it. It's a wonderful person to connect with. So probably if you can just
Okay.
connect with Ranjan, uh, probably that will be great help.
Okay,
Yeah,
sir, I'll check.
sure. And anything else that I can do for you?
No, sir, that was about it for now.
Great. So in case Manash, you would like to work for us, or I mean work with us for that matter. So what I'll do is I'll send you an email that will have the list of services that we offer, and you can have a look at that. We charge a small bit of financial also, which is around about say 1,05,000 for a period of 2 years, extending up to your visa provisions and doing your applications and entire profiling. So it adds into a lot of services actually, like editing your essays, filling up your forms, choosing your university, research on your university, analyzing your scholarship opportunity, applying for that, plus entire profiling. So in case you feel like you can give me, a WhatsApp message, probably you can send me up and I can, take it ahead. And in case you would like to do it yourself and you would just like us to help in your applications, we do that as well. And we charge 60,000 rupees for doing your applications to 5 universities of the
Okay,
options.
sir.
Okay. So whenever you feel like, you can definitely come back and connect with us.
Sure, sir.
Thank you so much. Manas, can I have your email ID if you don't mind?
Uh, so should I write it in the chat?
That you can do. Manash.21358 at the rate sscbs.du. Great, Manash. I'll just send you an email on that, and I look forward to hear from you. Right? Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your
All
time.
the best.